Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tess. If you don't know me yet, I am a licensed esthetician, and in today's video I wanted to have a little chat about mineral makeup, what it is, who it's for, what are the benefits, why am I so obsessed with it, and also share with you some new mineral makeup products, all of which I have purchased with my own money. I don't know what it was about this new year. Maybe it's seeing so many cute makeup looks on TikTok and people putting together cute outfits and all of the Dyson craziness, everyone's doing their hair. I realized when the pandemic hit, I basically took a little reprieve from makeup or just putting myself together for honestly like over 2 years now. And I think it was a much needed break from going into work every day and feeling like I needed to be put together every day. It takes a lot of energy to think of outfits and do your makeup and do your hair. But I've had my break, and now I feel like even if I'm just working from home or but talking to people virtually, I am excited about putting myself together again, and I just think it sounds fun and I'm excited about it. So I went through all of my old makeup, highly recommend, because I know a lot of us haven't worn makeup during the pandemic. If your makeup is years old, it might be time to just clean it out, do a little purge sesh, and start fresh, which is what I did. And it's like breathing new life into me. I'm so excited to try all of these products out. I haven't tried them on yet, so I want to share with you my first impressions. I was sharing a little bit on Instagram and TikTok, and you guys said, okay, we want a video. I want to know more about these products, in certain ones in specific. What do I think? So I'm going to tell you all of my feedback and kind of walk through a full face of glam with you, which I haven't done in years and years and years. So this is going to be interesting. Not a makeup tutorial, but more so chatting through why I love mineral makeup and just testing out some of these new fun products. So I hope you guys like this video. Leave me some love in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like this video if you like it, subscribe for more, and let's get into it. Okay, I feel like I need to show you guys what all I got, and then I'll get into using it on myself. So to start, I picked up this foundation stick. This is by bareMinerals. It is a cream formula, and I did swatch it just on a brush, but I have no idea if this is my shade match. I really just guessed based on looking at the colors. Usually if something says like vanilla, that is my skin tone. So that's our foundation or our base. I also picked up this bronzer from Colorescience, which looks gorgeous. They only had one shade, which is just very risky for a fair skin girl. I've been told it's potent, it's beautiful, but it's potent is what I've been told. So I'm just going to use the smallest little amount to contour. This looked so gorgeous. It was just speaking to me. It's this little Illuminator by Colorescience in the shade Morning Glow, like a peachy highlight color. And I do have some bareMinerals bronzer and highlighter that I've been using for the past couple years. I just felt like it was time to replace them. I've used Faux Tan and their highlight color, which I can't remember in the past, but really, really nice. I was just ready for something new. And okay, I'm very excited about this next product. Let's see if I can open it. Okay, this is by bareMinerals. I mean, look at that pink. Normally I would be scared of something like this, but okay, blush is obviously huge right now. It's all over TikTok. People are doing blush on their eyes, across their nose, and like high up into the temple. So I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. I've been seeing a lot of like very bright blushes. I'll show you the blush I had before, which is by Iredale, and it's very faint, very, very cute. Very wearable. It's called Barely Rose. So if I don't like this, I'll have this as a backup, but I'm just ready to try something new. Okay, I also picked up this little eyeshadow palette from Iredale. which, by the way, this is such a beautiful brand. This was actually the makeup I used in high school because my best friend Steph always used Jane Iredale. Like, we didn't know what mineral makeup was, but yeah, this just takes me back to high school. But I'm so excited about these shades. We've got a little gold. This is almost like a really pretty sage green. I'm dead over this rosy goldy pink, and then this darker brown, which back in the day, and like when I started on YouTube, I always did dark taupes like this. I feel like it could be a little too heavy for me now, but I would use it as maybe like a winged eyeliner. That would be very cute. Picked up a new mascara from Jane Iredale just to try it out. I'm really into brown mascaras, so that's what we got. And then this is not new, but I love it, and I may use it just to color correct under the eyes. I am having dark circles like never before. I've been noticing I have some allergy symptoms lately, so that could definitely be it. Dark circles can be brought on by allergies, so we're gonna see if we can conceal. And I picked up this little brush from bareMinerals as well, and that's it. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna get started with my base. I know some people like to do the eyes first, but my eye look is not going to be anything super involved, so I'm okay starting with just the foundation. And here's a tip I have for anything that's like a cream stick such as this. And normally I'm not a big fan of a lot of cream products because it is a mineral makeup. I'm okay with it, but I would just tread lightly with your more conventional makeups. And a tip I have, not as a makeup artist, but as a skin specialist and acne specialist, is to be very careful if I am, say, applying this to my face on a regular basis, because each time this touches my skin, it's going to be collecting bacteria and dead cells, and, you know, repeating that over and over again could definitely be a little triggering for breakout. So what I'm going to try to do is gather enough product on my brush here, and I might mutilate it. That's okay. You could even, like, you know, take a little bit off with a kitchen knife. So it's on my brush, that way it's sanitary, and I can now apply a little bit all over and just blend it out, so that way I don't have to double dip. Okay, this might be the shade. Also, please have grace for me because I'm doing my makeup in the viewfinder, which I know is not going to be as good as looking in a mirror. So why do I love mineral makeup as an acne specialist? Let's start there. So acne is an epidemic in this country. It is on the rise. And not only am I seeing more and more people with acne, I am seeing a rise in the severity of the acne I'm seeing. And I think this has a lot to do with the excess product we are being marketed on, you know, every form of social media there is. People are overusing a lot of products and not always choosing the right products for their skin type or choosing high quality product. There are also things like our food, our birth controls, external and internal aggravators that are leading to an increase in acne and an increase in the severity of acne. So obviously the best thing we can do is try to avoid adding to that buildup, and mineral makeup is great because it does not penetrate into the follicle. It really sits on the surface layer of the skin and contains non-clogging ingredients. We have to remember non-comedogenic is a sliding scale. It doesn't mean something couldn't possibly break you out. It just means it's less likely for most acne-prone skin types. So when we're talking about acne and mineral makeup, the reason this type of makeup is so amazing is because we're typically talking about ingredients like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. Now, zinc oxide can provide a lot of relief in terms of irritation or inflammation, which is present in both acne and rosacea, conditions I commonly treat. So zinc oxide is very calming. You might see it in a diaper rash or calamine lotion, for example. So it's very soothing and anti-inflammatory, which we love for acne. Now, titanium dioxide is amazing because it is very antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial, and when we're talking about acne or rosacea, we can be dealing with an excess of bacteria. So titanium dioxide is actually great for combating that. So in wearing mineral makeup, you might actually find your acne or your rosacea condition improves because it's not only treating the inflammation and the bacteria, it's also providing a little barrier to external aggravators, which isn't a bad thing and is actually a great form of protection against the sun, pollution, and free radical damage. Okay, I'm just lightly blending it out with clean fingers. And so far, I really like this. It feels really nice and lightweight. It is a water-based cream formula, which is unique and makes it unlikely to clog the pores and feel just very nice and hydrating on the skin. I also feel like this is such a multi-purpose product because you could really use it just as a concealer, you could use it to kind of spot treat on certain areas, or you could use it all over the face. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into my Colorescience Bronzer. I already made the mistake I wanted to avoid, which was using too much. I know I used too much, so wish me luck. Okay, I'm gonna gently put this where I would contour and just up to the temples. I think we're doing okay. The next reason I love mineral makeup is for those same ingredients I just mentioned, zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Those are commonly the ingredients you will see in sunscreens. So what's beautiful about mineral makeup is it's almost like a second layer of sunscreen. And my favorite way to wear makeup is really makeup that is designed to benefit the skin or act as a sunscreen and just have it enhance your natural features, but really just act as added sun protection or skincare. So that is another reason not to feel bad or guilty about makeup. I think for so long we've had this idea that the skin needs to breathe and we should feel bad about wearing makeup because it's just better to go fresh faced. And that's not the case with mineral makeup. And that's one of the reasons I love it. You don't have to feel guilty, not that you should ever feel guilty for wearing makeup, but you don't have to worry, you know, this is contributing to clogging my pores. I should try to take days off from makeup, which is what I did for the longest time. And I love that. I think we should be able to wear makeup and celebrate enhancing our natural features, but at the same time, hopefully not progress any of the skin conditions we are working with. Okay, I'm kind of going ham on the bronzer and it might look darker on the screen, but in person it is very, very natural. Really just looks like a tan, which I don't do, so I could probably use a little bit more bronzer in my life. And those two ingredients I just mentioned, titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, are also incredible because they're also adding sun protection to our skin. So I wouldn't recommend just relying on your mineral makeup for sun protection. You want to make sure you're wearing a proper broad spectrum sunscreen underneath your makeup, but it really doesn't hurt to have that added little barrier of protection. And that's just another reason not to feel guilty or bad about wearing makeup. I think for so long we've heard this phrase, the skin needs to breathe, we need to take days off from makeup. And while I think there can be a little bit of truth to that in certain situations or for certain skin types, really, when it comes to wearing mineral makeup, you don't have to worry about that. And the skin doesn't have lungs. It doesn't need to breathe. If we are adding an extra barrier of protection against the external elements and the sun, that is a huge, huge benefit. So another reason I recommend it, especially since most people are not reapplying their SPF as much as they should be, which is every 2 to 3 hours, even if you're just sitting at home or working from home or working near a window, you want to reapply your SPF. So having this added barrier of mineral makeup protection is just a nice little extra protection, which never hurts. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the bareMinerals blush in the shade Pink Sky. She looks very pigmented, so we're just gonna go ever so gently, and I'm gonna try to do what all the cool kids are doing, which is just bringing the blush up to the temple, kind of naturally mimicking where the sun would hit. She looks cute. I think I need a, ooh. Oh, she is pigmented. Okay, very light on the blush is all you need. Interesting. I'm definitely one of those people who never wore blush because I felt like I had too much natural redness, but I love that we're kind of celebrating rosy color in the skin. And I know Miss Hailey Bieber is a bareMinerals girl, so I'm just gonna pretend this is making me turn into Hailey Bieber. Okay, what do you guys think? I think it's cute. I don't know if I'm sold. I might prefer a more subtle blush, but maybe I can play around with this more and get into it more. Another reason to love mineral makeup is typically we're talking about a lot shorter ingredient deck. So this doesn't always indicate a product is superior, but it does indicate that the product is less likely to cause a reaction, whether it be an allergy or even just clogging the pore. When we're just talking about titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, typically these are ingredients that do not fill the pore or clog the pore and have a very low chance of irritating somebody. Typically, these ingredients are even safe to use post-procedure or post-laser, post-facial, or even post-microneedling because they're basically just acting like an SPF. And typically when we're talking about a regular foundation or conventional makeup, you will see a long list of ingredients, and it's not always a negative thing, but it can just mean there's a higher chance of one of those ingredients clogging your pores or triggering some sort of reaction. And you might be able to tell just by looking at the skin if your makeup is triggering a problem. I do tend to believe a lot of the products that are more heavily oil-based or tend to be marketed as like very glowy, dewy, I just say practice caution with those kinds of products because they can be clogging. And the thing is with most conventional makeup brands, these brands are trying to design very smooth, beautiful formulas that the user will enjoy and feel like wears beautifully, has cosmetic elegance, but they may not be considering factors such as will it clog your skin. So in that way, that's where I just feel like mineral makeup is a much safer bet because it is designed for the health and integrity of the skin, and the cosmetic elegance is something that has been very much further developed with time. I think a lot of us grew up with the idea of mineral makeup and just seeing powder formulations, which may or may not work for everybody, but with time the formulas have come a long way, and I love that the formulas formulas were started with the idea of skin health in mind, and from there the formulas have just improved to be more cosmetically elegant and fun and wearable, as opposed to cosmetic elegance in the first place. Dying to try the Morning Glow Illuminator next. I feel like this is so up my alley. It's very peachy and it does have a little bit of shimmer, which is just a natural component of the minerals. They tend to be very iridescent and pretty, which I like. If you don't like that, I think there are just more matte type of products available, but I like a little glow. And I am trying to use different brushes so I'm not going back and forth touching the skin. If you can just apply once and then, you know, try to just use up that product, that is the more sanitary state board way of doing things. Okay, I guess this is going on the tops of cheekbones. Wow. Wow, that is pretty. That is pretty. Okay. Have any type of skin texture, which my cheeks tend to be pretty clear, but they can be prone to breakouts. If you have texture in the cheek area, this might not be a fave, but if you don't and you really just want those cheekbones to pop, this is stunning and I'm obsessed. So in love. Okay, who is she? I really have not done my makeup in forever ever, so this is fun. Okay, next I'm gonna try the Jane Iredale eyeshadow palette in Naturally Glam. She does have a few different options, and I know she has some matte options available as well, but let's just try this little pink shade on the lid. I think it's so cute and so me. And when I started my YouTube channel, eyeshadow was my thing, or so I thought. Like, I love doing eyeshadow. All my friends knew like that was my fave, and I always would do my friends' eyeshadows like in college before we'd go to events or parties, and I just had a little flashback about that. I haven't thought of that in the longest time. This is really, really cute. I think this is kind of my new go-to look if I want a little color on the lids. I just think that is so pretty, and the pinky orange tone I think really suits blue eyes. If you had brown eyes, I'd say go for this green shade. If you had hazel, the gold would be gorgeous, but I mean, use them all. I'm gonna use a little on the lower lid, and remember, we're getting SPF protection with this makeup, which is amazing. And most clients I talk to do not apply SPF around the eye area, or they don't apply enough. And I know it can be a sensitive area. I have had certain clients where we really have to work to find them the right SPF for the eye area. Typically it is a mineral-based SPF because some people are just really sensitive to chemical filters around the eyes. And this, again, shouldn't take the place of that SPF, but just having that added extra protection is amazing. The eyes are one of the first areas where we can notice those initial signs of aging. And let me tell you, entering my 30s, that's when you start to see those signs of damage from the years you were younger, squinting in the sun, or maybe not wearing SPF, or going in tanning beds. Hopefully not. I know I did. And it might seem like when you're young and when you're in your 20s, you can get away with it, and it just feels like, oh, it's a tan, or it's a sunburn now, then it turns into a tan, then it's gone. And we may think that we've kind of eluded the damage, or, you know, it was just temporary, that was it. But unfortunately. And with this gold shade, unfortunately, it just takes years for those signs of damage to show up and surface on the skin. And if you haven't listened to my, ooh, I don't know about that. Okay. I don't know if that was right. Scratch that. If you haven't listened to my podcast with Jan Marini on hyperpigmentation, I highly recommend it. She really does a deep dive into sun damage and how it resurfaces later in life. So I definitely recommend that. I will link it below. Okay, I just went in with this gold shade on the inner corner, which is actually kind of a vibe. I don't hate it, but I think I should have gone in with this lighter shade. So let's see if we can go over top. They give you a big pan of this base color. And this would also be really pretty as a highlight on the cheek. So lots of uses you could get out of this product. I know I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm pretty impressed with how this is looking, and just the formulas in general. They're so smooth and easy to blend out, and maybe you wouldn't compare them to like a Rare Beauty or Fenty or something like that, but you can feel the quality, and they're very, very wearable and just comfortable. And I mean, I'm so impressed with the shadows as well. I really wasn't expecting to like those as much as I did. Who remembers like the loose mineral makeup powder that was like such a thing when I was in high school, and you would open it and it would get all over your friend's rug, and it was like such an ordeal. So I'm really happy that mineral makeup is available in compact form. But in general, I just think mineral makeup is incredible, and it's so underrated. Oftentimes I feel like it is thought of as makeup for older women or a more mature crowd, but it is just beautiful. And if you are struggling with any type of skin condition, I think it is absolutely worth checking out. Gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut, which is not a mineral makeup, but it's just lip liner, so I'm gonna apply a little bit of that. And this lip gloss from esthetician school 4 years ago, this probably needs to go in the trash. Okay, who remembers Poise? Did anybody have Poise at their esthetician school? Good times. Okay, the mascara is on. I honestly wouldn't say it's like my absolute favorite. It's very light. I didn't get a ton of pigment or volume, which I do like personally from the mascara. I love the Thrive mascara, and I feel like mascara is so personal. And there you have it, a full face of mineral makeup. I feel like I barely recognize myself in the viewfinder, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. I kind of want to go take some selfies before the sun goes down. This would be an acne safe makeup look for sure. This would be a look that the most sensitive, rosacea prone or eczema prone skin types could wear. And I am just looking forward to wearing makeup a little bit more in 2022 and having it further protect my skin. If you have any mineral makeup suggestions or ride or die products, please let me know what they are in the comments below. Let me know any questions you might have as well. I will link all of the products in the description box so you can find them. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next